Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, March 26, 2013. Let's jump right into the charts. There's a lot to cover here. I'm going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. What you will see here is that the futures are trading higher a little bit by about 3.5 points. They were up just 2 points. Some economic news is being released right at 8:30 in the morning, and you can see that the markets are trading higher. The economic news, I really don't even care to discuss it. We really just care about the market's reaction. But one thing you do want to know about the news today is that you're going to get a flood of data coming out. So at 9 o'clock, I think you have Case-Shiller Home Price Index data. After that, you have, I think, more economic data out at 10 o'clock. And then I believe that will be the end of it. But you're going to get a lot of different reports out. We had a lot of reports out at 8:30. And you're going to get a lot of reports out between 9 and 10 o'clock. So be aware of that. That could move the markets around a little bit. Really, the most important thing to follow at this stage of the game is really the U.S. dollar index. If the dollar pulls back, the markets will inflate. If the dollar starts to rally higher, I think it's a detriment to the markets. The market upside is really somewhat capped here, at least at this stage of the game, with the stronger dollar. If the dollar pulls back, though, markets can inflate and trade higher. So that's the way I think everybody should view it. Keep a chart of the U.S. dollar index up there, and again, the dollar is held pretty steady for the most part, but it is pulling back a little bit this morning, so we'll see how it plays out. But once again, futures are up about 3.25 points. Let's take a look at a few different things out here. A couple of things you want to note. One last, I should say, actually, right now in the European markets, markets seem to be holding steady for the most part. You do have the German DAX higher by 0.1%, French CAC 40 up 0.3%. But here's where the problems lie. In Italy, markets are down 1.13%. In Spain, they're down 1.7% this morning. So again, the two weakest stock indexes in Europe are falling. And after you get the Cyprus news, where there is a bank bailout, we'll see if money starts to come out of these Spanish and Italian banks. I think that's very, very possible. You're going to start to see that is going to probably start taking precedence over there. So we'll see how that all plays out. But you do have Italy down, the Milan market down over 1%. Spanish market, the IBEX 35 down about 1.7% this morning. So again, that is you do want to watch that pretty closely. Again, no real effect here on the U.S. markets. Markets are euphoric. Ben Bernanke gave a speech yesterday which said that all this money printing helps everybody. So, again, it is what it is. In the Asian markets last night, always important to watch and follow them. You're going to see that the Nikkei 225 pulled back about 0.6%. Not much of a pullback there. So that index is still holding up pretty well. There's the new Bank of Japan boss in play, and I believe he came out with a statement saying that he's looking to buy more Japanese debt, 5 years or longer, so he's going to expand that. He's going to start buying different debt. And again, it's just more money printing, right? They don't have the money, they just print the money to buy the debt. So you got to chuckle at this stuff, but this is what it's come down to. The Shanghai index was down 1.25% last night, so that should be watched pretty closely. That could cause weakness in a lot of the Chinese ADRs today. So the Shanghai index, which is mainland China, down 1.25% last night. Indian Sensex was flat. Singapore was up about 0.6%. So we're not going to make too much out of that. And the Hang Seng, which is Hong Kong, that was up 0.25%. But the Shanghai was down 1.23%, almost 1.25% last night, and that should be followed because that could mean there's weakness in the Chinese ADRs. All right, let's take a look here at gold this morning. Gold is trading a little bit lower, down 6 points to $1,600 an ounce. Again, gold looks like it has made a significant low on the 21st of February. Now, can it move back up and be more of a trade? I think it can be. Even yesterday's reaction in gold held up very, very well by the closing bell. So that is something to watch closely. But right now, gold is, you can see here in the GLD, trading at around 154.60. Yesterday it closed at 155.24, so it is down a little bit, and spot gold is down as well. Let's take a look at the USO today. Well, first we'll start off with light sweet crude, which is higher by 71 cents to $95.53 a barrel. Oil creeping right back up. Let's take a look at the USO. USO now back above the 34 level at 34.19 a share. And again, it really all comes down to the dollar. The dollar starts to pull back, oil will move right back up. So will gasoline, and I think that's what traders should be aware of and on guard for. But right now, the USO trading at 34.19, and it closed yesterday at 33.85. So that's a decent little pop higher, and you're seeing it in light sweet crude. If the dollar pulls back further, traders should expect oil to move a little bit higher. You also could have geopolitical tensions in the Middle East that would also cause a spike in oil, and weather-related issues can cause a spike in oil as well. But right now, the main factor or the main culprit of a stronger oil is a weaker dollar, and that's how traders should view it. And we'll see how it plays out. We do have a couple of gap plays this morning. So we do have a couple of gap plays. We're going to post them up in the chat room at around 9 o'clock. So in about 25 minutes from now, we'll post up a couple of gap plays that we do have for the morning. And we'll see how that plays out. So far every day, we're getting at least one gap play to trigger, and it nicely in the profits pretty much almost every day. So if you haven't come over and checked out the gap plays and you're a morning trader, come on over to In the Money Stocks, and you'll see the gap plays that we put out each and every day. Okay, I don't think there's much else. Just watch out for that economic data. And again, I think the bulk of it will happen between 9 and 10 o'clock. There was also a lot of data out at 8:30. I don't think we're going to see anything else. For the most part, watch the Chinese ADRs. They could be a little bit on the weaker side if the U.S. markets are weak. If the U.S. markets hold up today, I don't think the Chinese ADRs will feel much pressure. But if the U.S. markets start to sell off a little bit, then the Chinese ADRs could come under some selling. But we'll see how it plays out. With that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.